Over the many years that I've been teaching yoga, one of the things that has almost been a passion to be involved in is to provide yoga services to what we might describe as being disadvantaged sectors of the community, or groups of people in the community for various reasons. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's a range of other reasons, don't really access or have the opportunity to access the benefits of what yoga has to offer them. So last year, myself and 4 other colleagues formed together a not-for-profit health promotion foundation, which we have called the Breath Foundation. So essentially, it's a not-for-profit organisation that is developing yoga-based health promotion programs for people who can't access the benefits of yoga for a range of different reasons. As I said, that may be financial, but very often it's groups of people who, due to their own disabilities, just simply can't get to yoga classes, or perhaps even come across the idea that yoga in fact may be helpful to them, because yoga is popularly thought of as being something that's only for the fit and flexible, whereas many people may not understand that yoga really does benefit anyone, even though that's kind of a bit of a catchphrase that yoga is for everybody. Part of the way that we're doing that is to, first of all, we've got what's called the charitable status from the Australian Taxation Office, so we're recognised as a tax-deductible organisation. So we intend to seek funding from private donations, from philanthropic organisations, and also through applications of government funding to develop the kinds of programs that we identify where there's greatest need. We're in a very, very exciting phase at the moment. We've only been incorporated since, I think it was November 2009. In the work of health promotion, particularly in the area of not-for-profit, there's kind of like, and I think especially in the area of yoga, it's kind of has inherited, I think, 2 things that often make yoga very difficult in a commercial sense. Now, obviously the Breath Foundation is a not-for-profit organisation. Our aim is not to build up this as a business, but it needs to be run on sound and viable principles. But yoga seems to live in a world, has inherited a mentality that it's for the love of all and ought to be done, for no money, and almost with what I describe as a poverty mentality. And our aim is to provide quality services for those in need. But quality services, don't necessarily come cheap. It need to be run, with an effective, financially viable model. So the funding is absolutely essential for the success, because with the best intention in the world, it's very, very difficult to sustain that. So financial viability is absolutely critical. Given that we have the people and the skills to do that, then the vision really becomes how we can successfully develop programs and engage the teachers. Look, I don't think any of us have this idea that yoga, is a panacea for all things. I think, having practiced yoga for more than 30 years myself, and everyone else who's involved in the Breath Foundation, yoga has been part of their lives for many, many years. So we believe that yoga can be applied, the benefits of yoga can be gained for many, many different people in many, many different circumstances. Where it all would go, it's hard to say. I don't really see it as trying to go too broad. I think we're going to get far more benefit, or people will enjoy far more benefit, if rather than try and do a little bit for everyone, is that we focus on a priority of needs. It's really hard to say where that will go. My feeling is that yoga as a health model is not well understood. It's not well understood by medical practitioners. It's not well understood by other health practitioners. It's not well understood by governments who make decisions about health funding. So I think we've got a long way to go, but look, it's really hard to say. Look, it could be understood, if it's understood well, if it's developed well, it could really be considered as a very, very effective mind-body health, preventative health strategy. Not just what some people see as an alternative exercise form. It really does have the foundations for not only for its therapeutic benefit, but for its preventative health benefit. And I think it's well understood now that if not only the Australian health system, but health systems practically everywhere in the world cannot sustain the current approach to the health model. The health systems just cannot sustain that. Recently I was reading that about 10 years we may see a very significant collapse of the major health systems of the world. They're just not sustainable. And I think that's being looked at in government policy, and the high priority is preventative health. And yoga, something like yoga really is, it's almost there waiting to happen as a very, very effective preventative health model, as well as its therapeutic benefits. Because I think that's critical to the success and the growth and the benefits that yoga has to offer, and that it has to be evidence-based. It can't be just a group of people, such as myself, who have enjoyed the benefits of yoga, in our own lives. Anecdotal evidence is not enough. It really needs to be evidence-based. So part of what the Breath Foundation is doing is that every single program that we develop will be subject to a whole research strategy. So we're already developing the evidence base that exists at the moment. When I say developing it, we're gathering the evidence base that has been developed by different groups of people all over the world about the effectiveness of yoga. And based on the existing evidence, we will continue to apply research methodology to every single program that we do, because that kind of evidence is essential to changing policy.